TYT Sports Locked Out, and look who is making his debut on Locked Out, Michael Schur.
Wait, I'm making a debut. This is a new show I'm on?
Well, technically, we call it Locked Out because we're filming outside.
Oh, I see. I've actually filmed outside before.
Have you? It hasn't been TYT Sports Locked Out, though, has it?
No, it hasn't been officially under the umbrella of Locked Out, but it's been outside.
Well, congratulations on making your debut.
Feels unbelievable.
It probably should. As many of you may or may not know, Michael is a humongous Rangers fan, so I wanted to bring him in to give us some perspective on their 2-1 loss yesterday to the Caps in Game 6. What did you see from your team in that loss?
I saw, actually, they seemed tired. They really didn't. They didn't play as hard as the Capitals. You know, we read into it. We don't know everything there is to know about whether or not a team is tired because of how they played the night before. You can only imagine the 2 games before when they played that overtime game that they really were burnt. But so too were the Capitals. But the Rangers seemed sluggish. They weren't getting back in the zone. They weren't setting up well on the power play. Terribly on the power play. They weren't setting up well in the Capital zone. Their transition game was terrible. It just was. It wasn't like they were. It's not that they weren't executing. They were just tired. It's how it seemed to me.
They had a 4-minute power play. We could only show a little bit of this, but John Tortorella had an amazing response to many reporters' questions, per the usual. Here's what he said.
John, that 4-minute power play that you guys
sucked.
Just what did that do for momentum?
Kills you. It sucked.
What was your take on all of that?
Well,
Tortorella and the power play.
Torts is really funny. Listening to those guys, I mean, these coaches, God bless them, they lost a terrible game, a game that would have put them into the semis, and then they have to answer dumb questions. I understand the reporters have a job to do, and you can only come up with so many clever questions. But he's really a beauty when it comes to answering questions.
There are no clever questions when it comes to John Tortorella.
No, you cannot out-clever John Tortorella. But, I mean, he was frustrated. You know, when you're the coach of the team, that's the kind of game where it really is on him. They didn't seem like a motivated squad. I thought Lundqvist kept him in the game. But, also Braden Holtby played really well for the Capitals. I mean, he had a fantastic game. And the Caps were clearing pucks out from in front of him. So the Rangers weren't able to pounce on rebounds. The Capitals defensemen were doing a great job of clearing the puck, of staying in front of the crease and pushing the puck out. So I thought they did real well.
Power play, that 4-minute power play, killer?
Yeah, a killer. It's always a killer when that happens because it gives the other team momentum as well. So I think, and listen, they got very lucky with a 4-minute power play 2 nights before. That sent them into overtime, and then in overtime they had the power play still and they scored. So they've done well by the power play as well in this.
Talk to me about Brian Boyle a little bit. No goals, 1 assist in the series. What's going on with him?
It's playoff hockey. A lot of times the better players are keyed on. They have somebody shadowing. They have somebody with them all the time. So for Boyle, it's been a tough go. But, I mean, you can look back at every Stanley Cup playoffs, and there are always great players who don't do as well in the playoffs. I mean, I think back even in the 80s and 90s, John Druce was a guy on the Capitals. All of the Caps defense, all of the Rangers defense went on to Dmitry Kristich and a lot of the sort of glamour players. John Druce would score 4, 5, 6 goals a series. And do that to the Rangers. So it happens in the playoffs. The guys don't play as well.
You think they win Game 7?
I mean, I'd like to. The Rangers are very good in Game 7s. Their only loss in the past, 8 Game 7s that they've had is against the Caps. So I do think they win. I memean, coming home is important. The Garden's a tough place to play on the road, but the Caps have played them well there. Yeah, I think it really comes. I mean, it's an easy answer, but I think it comes down to the goaltending. If Holtby and Lundqvist play as well as they have, then it's going to be a lucky break, and somebody's going to get a lucky break.
As you saw with Chimera scoring that one rebound.
Yeah, it was a rebound, but I mean, he was in the right place and he put it in. It wasn't like the Rangers goal that came with 56 seconds left that went in off of I forget whose ass it went in off of, but I don't know.
It went off his hip, right?
Yeah, Carlson's hip. Yeah. And I just think that those sorts of things happen. But I mean, it's going to come down to a lucky break if the goaltending stands up. If not, I like the Rangers because of the speed if they bring it.
Here's an astounding stat for you, Michael. 7-1 the Caps are when scoring first. 0-5 when they do not. So all 6 games have been decided by who scores first. You got any take on that?
Well, I mean, it's always good to get the early goal, and I think if you look through hockey history, scoring first, it's a disproportionate amount of teams that win when they score first. So yeah, you get, especially in the playoffs, when you can change the way you play defense right after you score a goal. I mean, a lot of these teams go into a shell. Dale Hunter has his guys, he keeps people in the neutral zone in a way that I haven't seen a lot of coaches do. So I think that kind of defense will happen if the Caps get the lead, and that's why they're so successful.
Where are you watching Game 7? You watching with your kid?
I'm gonna watch with my kid. I may watch at home.
Does he have a Rangers jersey?
He does. Well, he's a Rangers shirt, not a Rangers jersey. He likes his Rangers emblem shirt. But yeah, no, Owen's a Ranger fan. I mean,
Who's on the back?
Nothing. It's just a big blue Ranger shirt that he likes.
I thought it would be like a Frank Gore-esque thing.
Well, yeah,
you know?
no, it's not quite Frank Gore with him.
For those who don't know, Owen Schur loves his Frank Gore jersey.
Yes, he does, and he's and his Patrick Willis. He's a big 49ers fan.
Yes,
But in fact, he doesn't have a Rangers jersey yet. He'll get a Rangers jersey.
Who are you gonna get him?
I might go old school with him and get him, get him a Rod Gilbert or something like that. I think that would be good. Although he'll probably want his name on the jersey too.
I always wear my Cubs jersey shirt, Ernie Banks, Cubby blue. Yeah, it's the way to go.
Let's play too.
There you go, Michael Schur. So dynamic. Thank you so much.
So happy to be here, Ricky. Thanks.
Bullshit.
I am.